What if the strongest argument against God is actually the weakest? Neil deGrasse Tyson made a very bold claim on the Joe Rogan podcast. Let's hear what he said.
The absence of evidence isn't necessarily evidence of absence.
It can be. So I'll give you an example. There's a cave. You're a mountain man, and you're worried it might have bears in it. So you conduct some experiments. You put chalk dust around the entrance to the cave, and you check it every day for a month, and there are no bear prints in the chalk dust. Winter comes, and you notice there are no footprints in the snow. Well, maybe the bear snuck in and you didn't see it and it's hibernating. Well, you wait until springtime. So you keep doing this without ever going in the cave. And you have no evidence of a bear going in and out of that cave over a normal cycle of time that a bear might go in and out of a cave. Evidence of absence, in a sense. Say, well, I didn't go in the cave to check, but I have enough evidence to say the bear is not there.
There are two reasons why that argument fails. Let me explain what I mean. Let's pay attention to this.
There's a cave. You're a mountain man, and you're worried it might have bears in it.
Now, notice that we know what a bear is. So you can define what a bear is. So if you go and stand in front of the cave and an ostrich passes, you can tell that that's not a bear. That's an ostrich. So we definitively know what a bear is. But then we do not definitively know what God is. Like, if God has a form, nobody knows what that looks like. When you are searching for God scientifically, what are you really looking for? Are you looking for like a tree or a kind of breeze? Now that is where the complexity comes in, because nobody really knows what form God takes in the final analysis. So you can't apply that logic. And this actually bleeds through to the second point, which is
the cave. And you have no evidence of a bear going in and out of that cave over a normal cycle of time that a bear might go in and out of a cave.
So that means that, like, if a bear passes here, you can see paw prints, so you know that's a bear. And then we understand the behavioral patterns of a bear, so you know how long it hibernates. So if you're in front of a cave, you know how long it would take for a bear to come out if it was inside the cave. If you are trying to find God scientifically, what are you really checking for? That's just the truth. Like, what are you looking for? Because it's not like we have a lot of other gods that compare and contrast. Okay, this God does this, so this God should do this. We don't have anything like that. A good counter-argument an atheist can make to this point is the fact that since God is something we can't comprehend, so we can't test for God and we can't prove or disprove God's existence. So what's really the difference between believing in God and believing in a unicorn with 4 horns? There's actually a difference. Let me explain what I mean. We did not create ourselves, and I understand that scientists will say that we got here through evolution, and that is the point. The evolutionary process that brought us here is not entirely random. And whatever intelligence, whatever form of intelligence has been guiding evolution throughout these millions of years is at least God to us, because it precedes us. It's the reason why we are here. And to suggest that there's no form of intelligence in nature, I think is just inaccurate because of AI. Because if you think about it, an inorganic, non-living entity can think, can reason. A computer chip is made up of silicon, and silicon is just sand. That's just sand and some other rocks, but it's basically sand. So what that means is if you arrange sand in a certain way and add a few things to it, it will begin to think, like, what is going on there? If intelligence can emerge from just silicon and code, doesn't that suggest that intelligence is not just a biological byproduct, but something intrinsic about the nature of the universe? Whatever is responsible for that intelligence in nature is what people call God. And I think that's a valid argument for that. And it's very different from saying you believe in a fairy tale, or let's say you believe in a dragon or unicorns with horns in the stomach. Another thing that atheists pay very little attention to is the fact that the human brain is the most sophisticated thing that exists right now. So, like, the human brain is more sophisticated than all these things that Elon Musk has been doing since with catching the rockets and even the rockets itself. Like, all the technology that we have that has been able to take us to space and cure some very dangerous diseases and make some very incredible innovations. All that technology is really nothing compared to the capacity and the technology of the human brain. But how does an accident create the most sophisticated form of matter? So because it looks to me like the ultimate thing that can be done with matter is biology. That's just what it looks like. because there is nothing that we have done that has been able to outdo biology. So far, because like I understand that science is improving and there's a chance that we might be able to catch up or not. But so far, the most sophisticated tech that exists right now is us. That just can't be an accident, because even the ones that we have made so far that is not even that sophisticated, it wasn't still an accident. So why would an accident make the most sophisticated thing? It really doesn't make sense. So that's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.